Hey friends, imagine this. Archaeologists deep inside an ancient Egyptian mine uncover a 800-year-old inscription, and whispers spread that it might have been made by none other than Moses himself. Hard to believe, right? But this discovery is shaking up the historical and biblical research community. If this kind of deep dive into forgotten mysteries excites you, make sure to subscribe, because here on Mr. America we explore stories that the mainstream media usually glosses over. So what exactly happened? In the remote Wadi el-Hol region of Egypt, a team of archaeologists stumbled upon inscriptions carved into the walls of a long-abandoned turquoise mine. At first, they looked like a jumble of hieroglyphics mixed with an unknown script. But when dated, something incredible emerged. These inscriptions were about 3,800 years old, roughly between 1800 and 1700 BCE. Why does that matter? Because some scholars believe that these inscriptions are an early form of the Hebrew alphabet, and among the markings, one message might contain a name that can be read as Moshe, the ancient Hebrew form of Moses. This isn't just about a name carved into stone. It's about the possibility of connecting the dots between archaeology and one of the most influential stories in human history, the Exodus. Historical records suggest Semitic workers, possibly early Israelites, labored in these Egyptian mines. If one of them left a personal message here, it could be a rare surviving whisper from that world. One of the inscriptions translates roughly to, "Beloved is the one who comes in the name of God." Another seems like a simple plea for safety. Among them lies the mysterious fragment that some experts think could reference Moses. If true, this would be the earliest written trace of him, a real human connection to a figure often shrouded in myth. Visual cue. Timeline graphic with 1800 BCE marked. Show Egypt, Sinai, and Israel on a map. Of course, not everyone agrees. Some archaeologists argue that linking this to Moses is a stretch. After all, there's no definitive historical consensus on the timing of the Exodus. Skeptics say these are simply early Semitic inscriptions without direct ties to the biblical figure. This is what makes history so fascinating. It leaves us with questions as often as answers. And if you've stayed with me this far, maybe consider subscribing. We share stories like this all the time, diving deep into mysteries that connect humanity across millennia. The discovery is also important for another reason. It provides insight into the birth of written language. These inscriptions are a mix of hieroglyphs and proto-Sinaitic symbols, the building blocks of what later became the Hebrew and Phoenician alphabets. If someone like Moses ever left a mark, this is exactly the kind of place where it would have survived. Modern archaeologists are now using high-tech methods like 3D scanning and multispectral imaging to analyze the site. By the way, if you love exploring ancient history, there's a brilliant book called The Bible Unearthed that dives into these mysteries. Link is in the description. Visual cue. Show footage of researchers using scanners on ancient walls, close-ups of inscriptions, old excavation photos. So, what does this mean for us today? Whether or not Moses himself carved this message, it's a reminder of real human lives behind the legends. Someone, 3,800 years ago, wanted to leave a mark that would outlive them. And it did. What do you think? Could this truly be the first evidence of Moses or just another unsolved mystery? Comment below. I'm curious to hear your take. History moves slowly, and it rarely gives us easy answers. But each discovery like this adds a new thread to humanity's story, a whisper across the sands of time. And maybe that's the real treasure. If these stories make you think about the world in new ways, don't forget to subscribe. Together we'll keep exploring the mysteries time tried to bury. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.